everyone. Welcome in. It is NFL schedule release day. A few minutes before the NFL broadcast officially began, the Minnesota Vikings themselves on their own Twitter account posted a very nice video package outlining the 2021 schedule, the full slate of games. We now know in which order we will be facing all of our opponents. We've known the opponents for a long time now. I think it's been a couple of months since we've known the opponents for next season, but now we know the order. We have the official schedule. It's right here. I have it here. You have it here on your screen. We're going to talk about this together. A lot of nuance. There's a lot of storylines in here. This is a very interesting, very intimidating schedule, at least in my opinion. And then at the end of this, we'll go over everything real quick, and I'll give you my unofficial predictions, just seeing the schedule itself for the first time. So let's begin with week one, which we've known about for most of the day because they threw out a little teaser at the beginning of the day to let us know who all of the week one matchups were going to be. We're going to open on the road with the Cincinnati Bengals on September 12th, and that will be sort of an LSU reunion is what it's being called already, with Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson all being in the same building, squaring off in the first week of the season. Another interesting storyline is that we're going to see Trey Waynes for the first time. We haven't seen him in a while. He was injured all of last season, so that'll be the first game against a former Minnesota Viking that I can think of. And I think Nick Vigil, who is now in the Vikings, is a former Cincinnati Bengal. Mike Zimmer is a former Cincinnati Bengals coach. It's a lot of storylines going on with that opening game. So it'll be interesting to see how the Bengals. Riley Reef is also going to be on there. How could I completely forget about him? So it's going to be an interesting opening week for the Vikings going to Cincinnati. Week two, we stay on the road, travel to Arizona for a matchup with the Cardinals. This one has me a little concerned because last year I did a video when I did a preview for all 32 teams prior to the season. And if you've been around this channel for that long, thank you for being here. Where I thought that this Cardinals team was good enough to get into the playoffs, and they almost did. I think they might even be better this season. Now, there's a couple additions or whatnot that I think people find questionable, like A.J. Green. How much does he have left in the tank? Kyler Murray's a dynamic quarterback. It's going to be interesting to see how we handle it. We've got a lot of dynamic quarterbacks on this list for this schedule so far. You scroll down, you see Lamar Jackson's on here. We're going to play against the Ravens, so going up against DeAndre Hopkins, Kyler Murray, it'll just be an interesting game. And then opening the first two games on the road is also an interesting dynamic. But the good news is we come home for week three, and for the first time in what feels like forever, we don't have to go to Seattle. The Seahawks come to US Bank Stadium. They're going to play us on September 26th. That will end the September slate of games. How do I feel about Seattle? The Seattle matchup, it's at home. Just thank God for that. Let's just put it that way. Week four, we get the Cleveland Browns come to town for October 3rd. That is going to be the Kevin Stefanski revenge game. So all leading up to that game, we're going to have to hear a whole bunch about that. But that seems like a really good team. They've really done well this offseason. Rebuilding that defense, that secondary is going to be top-notch, I think, as long as Denzel Ward can stay healthy. And we might even get a little bit of a surprise from Greedy Williams. Week five, we stay at home with the Detroit Lions, so that's 3 straight home games after opening 2 on the road. I like that. Then we go to Carolina on the road to end the first half of the season because week 7 is the bye week. We've got 18 weeks of football, and our bye week is in week 7. That feels a little earlier than normal just because there's so many more, not so many more games, just because there's one more game. So there's one more week. So week 7 feels kind of early this time. Normally I'd be like, hey, that's pretty cool. It's not quite in the middle, but it's not, too late, so we'll see how that goes. Then after the bye week, I think we hit a murder's row of opponents here because you've got the Cowboys at home, Sunday Night Football, Halloween, that's going to be amazing. Then we go on the road for the Ravens. There's that Lamar Jackson game I talked about. Then we go on the road again to the LA Chargers, come home against the Packers, and then we go on the road 2 more times, the 49ers and the Lions. So after the bye week, we've only got 2 home games out of the next 6, and that's pretty brutal. And it's against a lot of good teams. You've got the Ravens on the road. That's no easy task. The Chargers, I'm not really sure what they're going to be like this year, but Justin Herbert proved he can hang with the best of them. The 49ers, I expect that team to be that's like my bounce back candidate, if you will, if there's a phrase for that. So that's going to be another tough matchup, especially at their stadium. Then We've got Thursday Night Football with the Pittsburgh Steelers at home. And then 11 days later, we go to Chicago for Monday Night Football. That's going to be an amazing game. I think Chicago might be looking for a little bit of a revenge in that matchup. But that was nice of the NFL to give us the Thursday night game and then to give us that little extra day and put us on Monday night. So instead of 10 days, we get that extra day for 11. So that'll be nice. Right after you go from Sunday at Detroit and then a Thursday Night Football game against Pittsburgh in Week 14. That's essentially only 4 days between games, and then they give us 11. So thank you for throwing us a bone there. After the Bears Monday Night Football game, we get the Rams. That's always a tough matchup. The Packers at Lambeau, January 2nd, Sunday Night Football. Wisconsin in the winter in January. I can't even begin to imagine what that's like. I have a feeling. You guys, I didn't do a video on it, but I'm sure you guys have seen the Adam Thielen comments earlier this week about Lambeau Field. And basically just, to sort of paraphrase and long story short, he called it a shithole. He just basically said it's not that interesting, it's not that good, it's just a bunch of bleacher seats. And Packers fans got big mad about it. By the time we get to that game, if we don't win that game in Lambeau, given, how they were making fun of us for being a dome team and playing indoors, if we don't win that game, I think that's going to come back to bite us in the ass. I think Packers fans have that one circled, even though that's the second of the season where we play each other. I think they got that one circled because not only the Adam Thielen comments this week, but we beat them at their place last year with that big time assist from Mother Nature giving us all that wind. So that Aaron Rodgers was basically nullified. So, and then we end the season in Week 18, January 9th, with the Chicago Bears. So we don't play the Bears until the end of the season. We won't see them until the end of January. The Rams are the day after Christmas. The June 2nd Sunday Night Football matchup against the Packers, I think, is going to be big time important. We don't know where Aaron Rodgers is going to be this year. We don't even know if he's going to play this year so far. That is all still up in the air. So it could go a number of ways. So wins and losses. I'll do a quick just prediction here, and we'll go down the list and we'll see. Don't hold me to this. This is way too early. We don't know a lot of things yet. Like the whole Aaron Rodgers thing is up in the air. So this is unofficial. These aren't my official predictions. We'll do official predictions in a few months from now. But I'm just going to go through this real quick, give us a win or a loss, and see where we're at. So open up against the Bengals. I'm going to go with a win for that one. Cardinals, I'm going to take the win there. Seattle, I'm going to say that's a loss. Cleveland, man, that's tough. I expect Cleveland to be really good this year. They got Myles Garrett, Jadeveon Clowney, really good secondary. They added Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in the second round. Boy, well, their offense runs through the running game, and we spent a lot of free agent money going after run defense with Dalvin Tomlinson. And then we get Michael Pierce back. I'm going to say that we nullify Nick Chubb and we pick up the win there. So 3-1. Lions, I think we win that game. Panthers on the road against Sam Darnold and company. I don't know, man. They almost beat us last year at our stadium. And that was with Teddy Bridgewater, who I think wasn't 100% by the end of that game. So, I'm going to say that that's a loss. I'm going to say we go into the bye week at 4-2, which is pretty good. Cowboys at home on Sunday Night Football against Dak Prescott and that amazing offense. Wow. Their defense isn't really that improved. They missed out on Patrick Surtain in the draft, so they got Micah Parsons. They drafted a ton of linebackers because they got Jabril Cox too. I'm going to say this one's probably going to be a shootout, so I'm going to give the edge to... Wow, I'm going to give us the W against Dallas. I'm going to give us a loss to the Ravens. I'm going to say we lose to the Chargers on the road. Our road record right now is not looking hot. I'm going to say we win that first game against the Packers at home. 49ers, Trey Lance, Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't know, man. The 49ers are so dangerous. We're going to be going up against Bosa, who will be healthy. I'm not sure what else is left. I don't know if Armstead is still there. I think Solomon Thomas has moved on. Boy, that's a tough one. I'm going to go with that we take a loss there. Win against Detroit. I'm going to go with loss against the Steelers because I think that they're going to be on a mission, and there's always a good football team. Monday night at Chicago, we historically don't win those. I think last year might have been an anomaly. I'll go with a loss there. Win against the Rams, and then that big-time Packers game. I'm going to say Adam Thielen puts his money where his mouth is, and we take the win there and we sweep the Packers this year, that would be friggin' amazing. And then let's see where we're at. We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 losses. So I'm going to go with a win against the Bears. I'm going to go with a win against the Bears to round out the season. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that gives us a record of 10-7. Man, I don't know how I feel about that. That's interesting. This is going to be a tough year, guys. This is not an easy schedule. Let's put it that way. Just sitting here trying to predict wins and losses, that little exercise that we just did, I think that goes to show you how difficult this schedule is going to be. There's not a lot of bad teams on here. We don't play the Jaguars. We don't play. Who picked second in the draft this year? Oh, it was the Jets. Yeah, we don't play the Jaguars. We don't play the Jets. The Raiders got worse this year. I would like to play them, but we don't play them this year. Somehow we got the Chargers instead. I would have rather have gone to Vegas, but it is what it is at this point. Yeah, a lot of these teams I expect to be better. I expect the Bengals to be improved. Arizona should be better than last year. The Browns are definitely heading in the right direction. The Lions probably, if the Texans weren't a thing, would have the worst roster in football, I would argue at this point. Cowboys are going to be tough. Ravens, Chargers, Packers, 49ers. That's the biggest test of our schedule, if I could call it anything. That's the meat and potatoes of the schedule. If we don't come out of that looking good, I think we're going to be in trouble. Lions again. Steelers are always tough. I can't write them off. Bears at Chicago on Monday night. That spells doom for me when it comes to Kirk Cousins and his record in prime time, especially in Chicago for the Vikings. The Rams, I don't know what to make of the Rams this year. Tutu Atwell is their first pick in the draft. That's something, but they got Matthew Stafford. We've done fairly well against Matthew Stafford, so I'm going to chalk that up as a win. And then the big one is the Packers Sunday Night Football game in January in Lambeau. That just screams NFC North football, so we'll see how that goes. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. Let me know what you think of the schedule. Let me know what you think of my unofficial 10-7 prediction here. What is the record that you think the Vikings are going to end the season with, and what are the games that you have circled as the most important? So let me know what you think in the comments below. That's going to do it for this video. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.